What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So Tasha K apologized to the xenophobic hate cult of FBA. She apologized. And I kind of figured she would because she kind of has to because of the nature of her subscribers, right? Her subscribers are, for the most part, I'm going to have to say, most of her subscribers are they're not reading books, all right? They're not watching TED Talks. They're not watching any type of educational anything. They're not continuing to educate themselves to improve themselves for the most part. Now, I'm not saying there's not some very successful people who every now and then dip into the Tasha K drama to mindlessly entertain themselves about 30 minutes before they go off to their real lives. I'm not talking about the casual Tasha K observer, watcher, because I'm subscribed to Tasha K. Right? And every now and then she says something I want to see if she says something wild or whatever. But I'm not like her super fan, right? I'm not a person who is waiting for her to go live so I can watch her for 1, 2, 3 hours or whatever and listen to every word, absorb every word she got to say, right? I'm not a part of her, a cult of her personality, right? But you see, the reason why Tasha K had to apologize, which was a half-ass apology, and if you was really paying attention, she was basically saying, well, I'm sorry if you're offended. You know what I'm saying? To those who are offended. Because there are a lot of casual users of FBA. And see, Tariq Nasheed, the one smart thing he did, because keep in mind, he a pimp, right? He a pimp, he a Mac Daddy. So he knows how to, and he touts in his book, he knows how to talk to insecure people and make them feel good or give them something to hold on to. He knows how to hook them, right? He knows how to pimp a woman. So Tariq pimps all of FBA, the low intelligent members of the African American community. So what he did was he gave them something to be proud of, something cool. FBA. It sounds so good coming out their goddamn mouths. Because before that, most of them was probably Hebrew Israelites. They was ADOS, because all of them just came over from ADOS, right? Which from Yvette Carnell, right? And they were Moors, they were Hebrew Israelites, they was Nuwapians, they was all that shit. These are the African Americans who can't look in the mirror and look and see who they are. They're not intelligent enough to look in the mirror and see what an African look like. Even though they can look and see what a white person look like, and then the white people come from Europe, right? You could just see any white person in America like, oh, yep, they originate from Europe. You can look at any Asian like, oh, they originate from Asia. And most people can do this, right? But these FBA, their IQ, I guess, since they like to use the IQ because they're all Trump supporters, right? The FBA uses, they use the least amount of brain cells to process the most amount of information. And because of that, they are susceptible to being led astray by snakes in the grass like Tariq. So what he did was he gave him FBA, right? Because like I said, they just found pride in being black, right? After being a Nuwapian, a Moor, a goddamn Muslim, or all that shit, right? Now they got FBA, they got a club to be black, right? And so what Tariq says, oh, it's a lineage. Now keep in mind, FBA is not a lineage as far as the government is concerned. FBA is not a lineage as far as academia is concerned. FBA is not a lineage as far as any reputable institution of academia or government, anything. It's not a thing. It's something a failed pimp, C-lister, fake comedian made up in order to sell t-shirts. And he literally has the goddamn copyrights to it. He has the trademark in order to sell t-shirts and flags and shit to make personal profit for himself. Yet FBA is so stupid, they literally bypass actual, factual, provable, receipt-driven information disseminated to them by multiple different people from different portions of the black community and outside the black community. But they're so dense and connected to the personality of a pimp, C-Mackin, freaking K-Flex, that they are married to FBA. And anytime you say anything about FBA, what Tariq's going to say is you're talking about all African Americans. Instead of it being his fan club, like you got the Beehive, you got Beyonce's Beehive fan club, you got Rihanna's, fan club, you got, everybody got a little fan club, right? FBA is the little fan club, and then you got all these casual FBA. I'm FBA, but I'm not xenophobic or hateful. Then you're not FBA. If you keep, you got the bubble of casual FBAs, and you got the real FBAs, right? Who know what FBA is about. FBA is about hating other black people on behalf of white supremacy. FBA is not about reparations. Pan-Africans are the ones actively fighting for reparations on every global scale. So originally it was supposed to be about reparations. That's how they tricked these black folks into joining FBA, thinking they was gonna get a check. Tariq said, yeah, we'll cut the check. So the simplicity of FBA's mind is, I'm gonna get a check from the government. Just give me a check from the government. That's all. That's their simplicity. I don't want those black people to get a check from the government like with me. FBA. That's them. All right. Right. And then so that turned into, I hate Africans. I hate immigration. Right. Which is the talking points of ethno-white nationalists. FBA are black MAGA. They support Donald Trump. All the FBA content creators are Donald Trump supporters, but FBA are too stupid to actually see it. Even though everybody can see it, because Tariq's not really that good at it, but we have people that's just that dumb that they'll fall for something that's just not that good, right? And see, Tasha K, her audience are also mindless drones that just want to see what's some mind the business of celebrities who are more successful than them. Let's just keep it real. Tasha K is the ultimate celebrity junk content creator, right? Think about it. O'Shea Duke Jackson, celebrity junk. Tasha K, celebrity junk. Freaking what we got? Adam 22, that's all celebrity junk, right? All this shit is junk. You got a bunch of C-listing celebrities hanging on to fame, and they took that shit to YouTube. Right? Just like you got all the rappers who can't rap no more, so they don't want to be content creators. It's the same shit, right? And you got a demographic of black people who don't look past anything that's hip-hop. They don't look past anything that's ghetto. They don't look past anything that's not mindless entertainment that's going to stimulate their brains for a few minutes, you know, for a couple days, you know, till they got to turn around and go back to work and be a slave for the white man and have a miserable life. Most of these people are living vicariously through everybody else by watching these people who gossip about celebrities and people of note. So Tasha K, being in the, you know, in the legal situation she is, she can't afford to be losing those subscribers. So she lost a good number of low intelligence subscribers because they were offended thinking that Tasha K was talking about the whole group of African Americans because they're so unintelligent. When you try to explain to them there's a difference between race, ethnicity, and your nationality, it doesn't process. It doesn't process. They are convinced that FBA means all black Americans. So now you got all the other content creators who fall into, they slide into the slang. Like you got Urban Politician, right? Urban Politician slid into the FBA thing. You got him making content, right? Acting all offended as if Tasha K is talking about all African Americans. When Tasha K is clearly just talking about Tariq Nasheed's xenophobic hate group. But Urban Politician, his subscriber base are also the kind of subscribers who would watch Tasha K. Also the kind of subscribers who would rock with Tariq Nasheed because these are low intelligence subscribers. These are low informational subscribers. These are not smart people. These are gullible people. These are the people take advantage of. They actually have think tanks, right? They have think tanks that get together to try to manipulate this demographic. When I was in sales, there's a whole sales course on how to manipulate this particular demographic. You have been identified. Ask any professional salesperson. Ask any recruiter. You can go to the most prestigious sales training institutions, and they would teach you there's a demographic that is easy to take advantage of. Tariq Nasheed subscribers, Tasha K subscribers, Urban Politician subscribers, all these dudes, they're the type of person that when they walk into a store, you know you can sell them anything because they'll impulse buy. You got to understand there's a science behind this. And the thing is, the algorithm makes sure that these goddamn content creators, when they start building their subscriber base and their subscriber is based off this demographic, you got to keep them happy or they're going to leave. Because these people don't have long-term attention spans. You hurt their feelings, they off to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they're sensitive. They're not full. They're not max matured. Their maturity is not maxed out, right? These are the most immature. Like, think about it. Why? These are the people that actually care about Charleston White. These are the people that care about what WAC 100 doing. These are the people that constantly talk about West Coast gang banging culture like that's something to be proud about. These are the people that they'll talk about all the details of some rapper and why he got killed and why the beef is over here and how you got to respect gang culture and street culture. That's what we were talking about. We talking about the lower levels, the lower rung of the African American community. And that's who Tasha K caters to, right? That's how she make her money, right? So after she told her truth the first time, right? After she told her truth the first time when she was absolutely correct, right? And then she looked at her subscriber count and that shit went down like 30%, right? And she was like, nah, I can't take that hit. Let me come on here and talk about it and also make some money about it and try to apologize about it. And as you see, just like when anybody else challenges FBA, from no matter what part of the black social media world, all of them pounce like a bunch of little viruses, like a bunch of little mosquitoes, and they make videos and they ostracize them, they excommunicate them, as if one sentence, one word, one video is enough to be excommunicated from the African American community in totality, because these FBA are so offended by everything that everybody says all the time, just like white supremacists, Republicans, who are always offended and upset about what everybody says and do all the time. These are the same people that got mad that Jamaicans had a day in New York. These are the same people that's mad that Cubans had a day in New York and making videos talking about, oh, it wasn't even a big parade. Oh, why they get to have a parade? Why can't, when we got plenty of parades? These are the people that get mad, right? They get mad anytime a black person has a positive outcome anywhere and they're not an African American. Like, these people are that stupid. They're that hateful. They're that xenophobic. So people like myself, who are proud to be African Americans, who can't stand the fact that FBA is the reason why I'm fighting some of my African brothers and sisters, because they can't see the difference between us, because you got pips like Tariq, Nasheed trying to say that FBA is an ethnicity. He's saying it so much, he's trying to make it true, just like Donald Trump. He's just saying, yeah, they stole the elections. I'm just gonna keep saying it, even though it's an obvious lie that everybody saw. The whole world watched the insurrection, yet you can still put dumbasses in psychosis and have them believe in something that even when they was looking at it contradicts the thing they're trying to believe. That's how we talking about a dumb demographic, an easily manipulated demographic, which is the most dangerous demographic. I'm an expert in counterterrorism. In the Middle East, this demographic is the one you get to strap a bomb to you, get to strap a bomb to themselves and go out there and blow themselves up because they're gonna get 72 virgins. These are this is the demographic of human being that you can get to commit suicide on behalf of Islam. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm legitimately an expert in this shit. This is what I've been doing. I'm retired from it now. So when I identify a manipulator, I know what they're doing. When I see the victims that become perpetrators, I know what I'm talking about. FBA is dangerous. You talk about, people say, why don't you stop talking about them? Why don't you just pretend to ignore them? Well, can you pretend to ignore a rat infestation in your house? Can you just say, don't worry about the rats you see running around your house. Just turn the light off and ignore them. You know what's going to happen? They're going to grow. They're going to grow into the point where it's an infestation, and now you got a bigger problem. You can't just not talk about FBA and ignore them because they're ignorant and stupid and they're exhausting. You have to talk about them. So you continue to keep the distinction out there that there's a difference between the ethnic group of African Americans, who are also referred to as black, or also referred to as black American, in contrast with white Americans and Asian Americans, right? There's a difference between us and Tariq Nasheed's online fan group that resides only online, that consists of half white male trolls, 20% mixed mulatto golden sphere members, and the rest a bunch of self-hating black Negroes that look like they came right out of a village of Nigeria and shit, talking about they not African. Self-loathing people. FBA are self-hating Africans. It's a xenophobic self-hate group. And like I said, Tasha K was right the first time. So anyway, y'all, we have to keep it in the air. We have to continue to talk about FBA until they have been eradicated. You can't ignore the problem. That's what happened in Germany. They ignored the Nazis when they was spewing the same rhetoric. They ignored the Nazis, and the Nazis got bigger and bigger and bigger until they was big enough to do something about it. So for all you guys who think we should ignore them, we cannot do that. I'm sorry. Right? I got time to talk about these mofos and talk about everything else I'll talk about, because I'm a successful African American who has managed to retire early. So I got all the goddamn time in the world. All of it. Plenty plenty of time, right? So don't worry about that. I'm gonna stay on their necks until they're gone. They need to be eradicated. FBA is a cancer and an embarrassment to the black community, and I refuse. As long as I'm alive, I'll be damned if they try to associate us African Americans with that xenophobic hate cult. No fucking way. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
I'm so pro-black, you can't get me to involve myself in diaspora wars. I'm every nigga on this earth. I'm African, I'm Caribbean, I'm Afro-Latina, I'm Afro-European. If you're a nigga, I am you, you're me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You're me, you're me, I'm you. I don't know.
Yep, time to go. That motherfucker coming over here. Ooh, shit. Hey, Carlo, bitch, look behind you. Ooh, shit, motherfucker.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.